Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's KiaTatyana here.
I'm a child of God. Yes, I am.
And I'm so glad to see you guys back on my channel today. Happy Resurrection Sunday. It is Easter Day. Jesus rose again for us, for our sins, for my sins, for your sins. Isn't he amazing, God? In honor of Resurrection Sunday, I don't know if it relates in any way, but before I start this video, as you can see the title, you're gonna know what I'm about to do. But before I continue, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, you are subscribed to my channel, and you share this video with your other Christian friends and whoever that it blesses. So first of all, I am new on this journey with Christ, and everything that I speak about on my channel pertaining to my walk with Christ is from my own perspective and my own journey and my own views on when it comes to my walk with Christ. I just wanted to clear that up real quick. So today I'm going to be doing, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be doing the Christian girl tag. And I have my computer right here, so if I look down, that's what I'm doing. I have the questions on here. So 9 questions. So I just want to knock this out because I want you guys to get to know me before I continue on my channel. And plus I need some more ideas on what I want to incorporate my faith on my channel, as well as my hair journey, my modeling journey. My faith is my biggest point in my life, so everything else surrounds that. And before I am anything else, I am a worshiper. So I want that to be the main thing that I focus on this channel, because I want to bring souls for the kingdom, for Jesus. Everything that I do has to glorify God. So before I go off on a tangent, I'm gonna start this video. So the question is, how long have you been saved, and when did you become saved? So I'm glad you asked. I'm saved. What's today? The 21st. I got saved August 23rd, 2018. So September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So this month makes 8 months of me being saved. So in 2 days, I'm going to be saved for 8 months. And yeah, so 8 months I've been saved, and August 23rd, 2018. Hopefully you guys can see. The second question is, what's your favorite Bible verse and what does it mean to you? The screen on my phone is Philippians 4 verse 6 to 7. Don't worry about anything, instead pray about anything. Pray about everything, then you will receive the peace. Philippians 4 verse 6 to 7, because it just reminds me that God's peace, His mercy, His peace, His grace surpasses anything else that is being sent my way. So if the devil tries to operate and try to get that scheme in my head that what God's doing in my life is not sufficient enough, this verse reminds me that His peace will guard my heart, and it surpasses anything else as I live in Christ Jesus. So it's just a little reminder for myself that for peace sake, just for peace sake. Number 3 is, what's your favorite Christian song and why? And I have a bunch of favorite songs, favorite Christian songs, different genres, different people, but I would say my ultimate, I have 2, so I'm going to say 2. One from when I got saved, and one from when my friend had first brought me to, one from when I got saved, and one that had just touched my heart, honestly, when I used to walk to work early in the morning, and I would just play this song by Anthony Brown, Thank You, and it bawling my eyes out while I'm walking to work, just reminded, hearing the song and hearing that God has done so much in our lives that we don't even deserve, but the least we can do is just say thank you just for those things. Willingly wanted to place Himself on the cross for our sins, for our sake. I could have died long ago because of my sins, and my sins had put a wall up between us, and now that I am set free, it's just it's just beautiful. So So yeah, that's one of my favorite songs, and another one is by him. Cause all I want is to live within be undone by who you are. And I love it so much because first of all, this was the first song that has played when I was first introduced to church again, and my friend had brought me to Hillsong. This is a song that they were playing when I was bawling my eyes out. I didn't know why I was crying, but like this song was wrecking me, and it was so crazy because at the day of my baptism, this was a song that they were playing as I was getting baptized, and it just made it even more sentimental because I just remembered how far I came months prior, my first time back in church after years, and they played this song again. So I knew it was for me, and I knew that this song is going to be a song that I will remember for years and years to come, just because it has so many memories behind it, knowing that just with that touch of heaven, like, I am saved. So yeah. What's your favorite Christian book? And at the moment, well, I paused it for a little bit because I wanted to catch up on my Bible reading, but my favorite one that I love so far is Learning to Lead Like Jesus. Ooh, dang. Learning to Lead Like Jesus, 11 Principles to Help You Serve, Inspire, and Equip Others by Boyd Bailey. And I'm to chapter 6. I had it for a while, but I read it again. And basically in this book, it's just giving you like 11 guidelines on how to be just like Jesus, and essentially, like, we can't be exactly like Jesus because we are humans, we are natural born sinners, but in this book is giving you all the tools that you need when you face conflict in life, because you will face conflict in life even if you're saved. So when you are around those conflicts, it's giving you just ways to overcome it the way that Jesus would. I'll just read like the titles of it, like the titles of the leaderships. It's saying to learn to lead like Jesus with humility, learn to lead like Jesus with love, learn to lead like Jesus with accountability, learn to lead like Jesus with relationships, learn to lead like Jesus with teachability, learn to lead like Jesus with discipline, learn to lead like Jesus with gratitude, learn to lead like Jesus with generosity, learning to lead like Jesus with forgiveness. And forgiveness is a main thing when it comes to being a Christian, because God forgave us for our sins. We wouldn't even be right here if He didn't forgive us. So the least we can do is forgive others around us. That's His grace that has saved us. And the last one is learning to lead like Jesus with faithfulness. So I definitely suggest this book if you are a Christian, or if you're not and you are looking for a great book, this is a great. The next question, number 5, is what's your favorite thing about church? And honestly, like, coming from me, like who I used to be, like I be talking about this with my friends all the time, and I just be thinking about like the times where my mom would try to drag me to church, and it was just like, I don't want to go, like, and it was never like nothing specific why I didn't want to go. It was just that I was doing so much throughout the week, from Monday through Saturdays, and Sundays was like the only day off. I went to sleep in, so it kind of drifted me away from God in that way. So I stopped going for a while. But then when I was reintroduced to church, I was reintroduced to Hillsong, New York. That's the church I got saved at. That's the church I got baptized at. I don't know if y'all can see it. A baptism thing is up there, right here. I got baptized at Hillsong, New York, and I love that church so much because it just taught me how to worship. Like, even when I used to go to church back in the days, I remember I would never be that person that raises my hands and claps and sings and shouts and all that. And walking into Hillsong, you feel like the love, you feel the community, you feel it's a very large church, but you just feel the welcoming. I've never felt anything off about Hillsong. Like, I can walk in there and I always get greeted, I always get loved. Like, it's amazing. But for now, like, I felt like I needed more from church, and I feel like I'm growing more in my spirituality. And with that being said, God has been calling me for more. He wants me to receive more out of my church home, and that I wasn't getting at Hillsong. Nothing against them. It's an amazing church, and I will always be going back there for worship. So right now, like, I'm now like tipping and diving into churches, and I'm really liking this one that I'm currently going to, and it's Abundant Life Family Worship, and I'm liking it so far. It's more intimate because it's not like a very big church like Hillsong is. It's amazing. They do deliverance, worship, praise, like it's the whole 9 that I remember like that's the type of church I went to when I was younger, but I was not that person that I am now, if you understand me. So yeah. Number 6 is, if you could meet Jesus right now, what would your first question be? And what would your action be? So if I could meet Jesus right now, honestly, I would cry. Like, why am I gonna cry now? I would cry. That would be my action. I would cry. And then it sounds weird, but like I would ask him, I guess it's not weird. First I would just ask him, how come he chose me out of like my entire family? Like, why would you choose me, the one who was sinning so much, so deep into sin? Why would you choose me out of everybody else? And I would just ask for a hug, like, or I just feel like I would just take a hug and like not let him go. So yeah. 7, oddest place that you have prayed. I don't really feel like there's an odd place to pray, because whenever I feel like I want to talk to my Father, I'm going to talk to my Father, whether who's looking at me or not, who thinks it's odd or not. But I mean, like, I would say, like, I haven't been on a train in a long time either, but like I would say the train, but it's never like I'm praying out loud. I wouldn't say it's odd though, so that question is obvious. Are you ready if Jesus is to come tomorrow? Yes. If Jesus was to come tomorrow, I would be ready. I feel wholeheartedly that I'll be ready. And number 9, last but not least, how do you openly share your faith? Now this question, this topic, I love speaking about it because for starters, like, I started sharing my faith on social media and my Instagram specifically. And my Instagram was what people know me as on Instagram now is not who they knew me as before. So I feel like it was a big shocker to a lot of people that like my Instagram totally switched up its game, like what the message was portraying when you came to my page. Like, when people come to my page now, I know they're getting a sentiment of God's glory off of my page, and that's essentially what I want for people when they visit my page, my YouTube channel. I want them to see a testimony of what God can do in your life and what he has done in my life. And it hasn't ever been like this. I was not always so hungry for Jesus. I was not always, quite frankly, I didn't even care about like the whole spiritual stuff. Like, it wasn't my thing. But like, that's just the power and the glory of Jesus. Like, he doesn't, we don't even chase him, like he chases us. And that's exactly what happened with me. Like, I was never looking to be in a relationship with Jesus, but he was searching for me. He was searching my heart, and like, he found me at my lowest point. And I feel like the least I can do in order to help someone else is to share his glory and what he has done in my life, and perhaps that it could help someone else. And I've got tons of like DMs and messages from a lot of people from YouTube and Instagram that has hit me up before and like told me how much my post is helping them get through their week. So sometimes we're the only church that people see. So I try to make myself the best example, and I am human and I do sin, and we're imperfect, and we all are. I try to be the best person, the best Christian that I can be, so that when people see me, they see the testament of God's grace and God's glory that's done in my life, and perhaps that they can ask questions to me, and then I can get that, minister to them what has happened that made me take this route. And you know, that's just a way for me to save souls for God's kingdom. So I do suggest that if you are a Christian, like, don't be afraid to share your faith publicly. It took a while for me to be, honestly speaking, it took me so long to feel like I am able to post about my faith. For a long time, it was like I was going back and forth with myself and my thoughts, and I should say my emotions, actually. Your emotions has no authority over you, so your emotions can lead you astray. in all honesty. So I was allowing my emotions and what people would think of me and who I used to be, and they would try to compare it, and they would try to call me a hypocrite and all this stuff. So it's always just like, I don't know like if I should share, because I don't want people to think that I'm a hypocrite. I don't want to share this because they're gonna be like, how you saying this but you were this before? How you doing this but you were doing this before? And I felt like it was gonna cause a bunch of controversy that I wouldn't want to do, until God sat me down and put me in my place and told me that He has called me for a reason. He has chose me out of the bunch of friends that I had. He has chose me out of the big family that I have to share His glory and His grace, in hopes of, not in hopes because it will, in you know what I'm trying to say, I'm tired, y'all, in essence of saving everyone else around me. And if I fear man, then how do I fear God? So I just like try to get that out of my head, that Jesus died for me, like no one else died for me. So, and if He could save me, and if He could take me out of my worst time in my life, and if He can forgive me over and over again, like why do I fear man and what they're going to say? Because they can't do nothing for me. So now I'm at this point where I'm not afraid to share and speak about Jesus and what He's done in my life, and I know that it's going to help someone else out there. And it's not about me anymore, and that's something that I try to remind myself all the time. Like, it's not about me. It's not about how many views, how many likes. Like, this whole thing is not about me anymore. It's about the glorification of the kingdom and helping someone else receive what I received months ago. So I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.